We're looking at strong rotation south of Owens Crossroads approaching New Hope. That tornado warning continues in that area, Owens Crossroads to New Hope. Continue to take your tornado precautions. The hail core on that may be weakening a little bit. However, it's going to move over Woodville and Grant. It's right on them right now. As a matter of fact, the strong rotation is very close now to New Hope, and it's still enough rotation for a tornado warning. So those of you in New Hope, be very careful. Ooh, Spencer, we might want to take a close look at Grant. I'm getting more of a hook on the back end of this. And I'm going to move this one over as well. Hang on. You folks in Grant, the tornado warning continues, and we're seeing an increase, I think, in rotation now. This thing is recycled. Yes, I'm seeing what looks to me to be a pretty good hook, and it's actually the hail has gotten worse. This thing is cycling back up now. So let's give you a couple of arrivals, and you notice the arrows pointing down to the right. The winds are blowing these storms to the northeast. This is a right-moving supercell. It's building back while it gets blown to the northeast. Buck Ford, Buck Snort, Grant, Campbell Mill, Kirbytown, Langston, and Crossroads, 17 minutes into Crossroads. And I'm doing that from the circulation. And I'm going to go right there. Okay. Grant, 1 minute. 5 minutes Swearingen, 7 minutes Preston, 8 minutes to 5 points. So I'm going to switch you back and show you why I'm so worried about the Grant storm here. I'm going to show you what we call the VIL data, which is again an indication of hail, and the VIL density, which is a better indication. That's what I mean. That white is bad. That's indicating hail over 3 inches. And then here's the hook echo right here to the northeast of Grant. I'm going to tilt down just a bit. Let me put my finger on this and do a little technique here called the lemon technique. Definitely got a good rotation in this thing. I can't tell you if there's a tornado there or not, but the storm is trying to develop. It does have a mesocyclone in it. It's rotating, and it could produce a tornado. Again, that's going to be very near the Grant area, and that's coming up the edge of that tornado warning. So we're going to probably see a new tornado warning for that cell shortly. Now, we may have some spotters down there that are tracking it. If they're not seeing a tornado, they'll probably hold off on that. It's basically telling you the towns in a proximate time that you're going to feel the main brunt, the most dangerous part of this storm. The hail will arrive possibly beforehand, but we are still seeing some strong rotation in this cell. 10 minutes to New Hope and Langston, and some of these towns are towns, some of these are neighborhoods. Yeah, a new tornado warning from Huntsville for that storm. The Woodville area, the tornado warning includes Scottsboro, Langston section, Scottsboro, Hollywood, and Dutton, and Pisgah at the far east edge. And it's still kicking off all kinds of shear markers to us here in the weather office. We're getting all kinds of alarms on this storm going off right now, saying it's a dangerous storm. It has gotten worse. I'm going to show you again. And I'll tell you what the Weather Service is saying. Radar continues to indicate a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado at Grant. That's 13 north of Guntersville. It's moving east at 40 miles an hour.
And
east
again,
of Grant, Greg, let me just jump in.
Jump
east
in,
of Grant,
absolutely.
Very strong rotation now. East of Grant, toward Langston. Take tornado precautions immediately. This is a dangerous cell now. It's gotten much stronger. That green right next, I'll just circle it here. This is what's really concerning Spencer and I. This green right next to the pink, right there, that's winds like there, right next to very strong winds going in that direction. There is rotation right here. I've got alarms going off all over the place on this radar system right now telling me to watch this storm near Langston. It's going to be coming into Dekalb County. Already, tornado warning in effect already for this cell. So it's not waiting on a tornado warning here. You should be in a safe place right now. Take your tornado precautions. Just kicked off another shear marker. You saw it right there. I'm going to go ahead and do a track on this, and I'll leave the velocity up. Shear 103 miles per hour. This is mean. So those of you in the Grant area, east of Grant, Langston area, anywhere close to there, take your tornado precautions. This could be I've got a major hook echo now. I have a donut and a major hook. This reminds me of May 1995, Greg. This is very bad. It's coming right across the river toward Langston. This is possibly a large damaging tornado developing. This looks really, really bad. This is by far the worst cell I've seen all day. It is very dangerous. It's headed toward Dutton. This is an extremely strong rotation now, coming in across the river toward Dutton. But this is very dangerous right now. I'm seeing strong indications of a large circulation and a possible large tornado developing. I now have max gate-to-gate velocity, Spencer. We have a very tight circulation here just east of Grant. Those of you in the Dekalb County, in the Dutton area, Langston area, and hold on. Yeah, I'm just looking for any other town over here. Section, you've got a little bit of time. East of Grant, though, immediately take your tornado precautions. If you've never done it before, when we've had a tornado warning, this is one time to do it. This absolutely, everybody, you need to get immediately, if you're over there in the Langston or Dutton area, get into a safe place. I think we have a large tornado trying to develop here. It may already be on the ground. This is very dangerous. This is the worst storm I've seen all day. This is as bad or worse than what I saw on radar in Murfreesboro. So this is a very, very dangerous storm right now. I'm still seeing strong velocity on this, very strong velocity. If it holds together, this thing is going to really be mean. So let's hope this thing doesn't come down, that it's really trying to produce a tornado right now east of Grant, between Grant and Langston. By far the strongest storm I've seen. And Spencer's going over to the wall here. I'm going to clear this off. And
what we're looking at, Dan, Langston and Davistown. I was looking at some of the smaller communities right around that area here in Jackson County. Let's reset the stage here. We're in Jackson County now with this tornado warning, possibly the biggest rotation of the day with this cell. You can see it here. Red is going away from the radar. Green is going toward the radar. What you're seeing basically is a circulation, a very intense circulation in the mid-levels or lower levels of the atmosphere, and that could be pushing its way down to the ground as we speak. He's putting up some of the areas that could be impacted here in the next little bit. There's the times of arrival. Again, Langston, it's right on top of you. You need to go ahead and take those tornado precautions. Grove Oak, it looks like here in about 8 minutes. Davistown, I just mentioned to you, 9 minutes. And it looks like as you head
tornado warning, Dekalb County, Jackson County, that storm that we're talking about.
There we go, Macedonia. So these areas right here, it looks like this storm's going to head east and southeast. Again, the right movers that are pushing off to the east. It will go south of Dutton, and it looks like it will continue to push east. Some of this area is a rural area, but again, there are small communities here that will be impacted. So if you live in this part of Jackson County, south and east of Woodville, south and west of Dutton, you need to go ahead and take those tornado precautions immediately. Dan?
All right, and again, I'm seeing very, very intense velocity data on the radar here, along with signatures on the reflectivity that lead me to believe that we have a large, dangerous storm here. It reminds me of the cell that produced the tornadoes in Madison County in May of 1995. Weather Service has reissued the tornado warning, extended it, and just sent that out a moment ago. Langston, if you're near Langston, take cover right now. This thing is very close to you, and it is very dangerous. This thing could produce a very strong tornado at any moment. It may come close to Fife and Shiloh. Those of you in the Fife-Shiloh area, be prepared to take your tornado precautions. You are included in this tornado warning, Fife and Shiloh and Rainsville. In Rainsville, go ahead and take your tornado precautions. You too are included in this tornado warning. Just kicked off another shear marker here. I'm seeing shear of 103 miles an hour on this thing. That is just incredible. This is a very mean storm right now. It's also kicking off a tornado vortex signature indicating very large hail. And also a reminder to those of you who are listening in on the radio and are not seeing maps. Here's what you need to think about. If you're, you can picture Grant, and you know where that is, north of Guntersville. This storm is east of Grant, and it's moving into western Dekalb County. So if you're driving in that area, you need to absolutely not go into that area. It is a very dangerous storm. That is, again, just to the east of Grant,